Yeah, I straighten my hair sometimes, but what I really want to do is get the Beachy natural flowy wave that I see in a lot of the covers of the beauty magazines that I read, and it's hard to recreate at home.
So Audrey, I hear you like beachy waves.
Yes, I do.
I'm going to show you how to do them. The first thing is to comb through your hair, make sure there aren't any tangles, make sure it's all really loose. Your hair's dry, so we're pretty much good to start. Then the next thing to do is to section your hair. One on top and then two on the side.
And then the bottom two sections?
Yeah. And then the last thing to do before we get started is just turn the iron on and set it to the right temperature.
And when you turn it on, what temperature should I set it at?
For you can set it all the way to the top because you've got pretty thick, coarse hair.
Okay.
If your hair were finer, then you would want to turn it down. Okay, Audrey, so now we're at the good bit where you're actually going to curl. So if you take a section from the part, and that's about the right size. It's about 1 to 2 inches. Pretty thin. And then you want to clamp right at the bottom of the section.
Right here?
Yep, and actually you did it perfectly where you clamped it with the lever pointing inwards, and then you want to start rolling, and you want to roll outwards like you're doing, so that you get a really nice natural wave. And you want to hold it for about 2 seconds more, so about 5 seconds in total, and then let it out.
Go like this?
Yeah.
Nice.
And there you've got a nice curl. So let's try another one. And the other good thing about curling outward away from your face is that you won't get the crease that a lot of people talk about. These kind of barrels are good for those natural waves. You want a kind of a 1 1/4 or bigger, because it gives you a bigger curl, which when you rough up and make it look more natural, it'll look like a bigger wave. And then you're also doing it perfectly where you're not wrapping the hair over itself, which means that you'll get a much better heat distribution through the hair, which means that you'll get a better curl, which will turn into a better wave. All right, and then we're going to move on to the next section. Last thing to do is just the bangs that are sort of framing your head, and you need to get those just right, because that really kind of sets up the whole style. It's what people see first.
And then I'm curling these ones the same way I was before.
Yeah, just the same way, making sure your hair doesn't overlap. Make sure you hold it just long enough that the curl sets. And if the curl doesn't set perfectly, you can always go back, but just make sure you let the curl cool down completely. It's cool now, it's cooled down, so the last stage, which is actually the easiest stage and the most important, is just to run your hands through your curls, just to kind of rough them up, make them look more relaxed. And then you can also tip your head upside down to get more kind of volume and body at the front. Perfect.
Yeah. Wow. That was a lot easier than I thought it would be. Thank you, Greg.
No problem.